So Allie, just sharing with you, we're doing a series on health, hope, and healing, finding stories of people helping weave us back together. We know after the pandemic, people are still catching up, a little bit unmoored, and I know CSU went through a lot. So tell us about your position, your title, and what you do here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We are so excited to have you. So I serve as the Associate Vice President and Dean of Students at Cleveland State University. So my primary role is to be a student advocate. We recognize that our students are experiencing so much outside of the classroom that can impact their ability to be successful students, whether that be food insecurity, housing insecurity, mental health supports and resources. Just navigating higher education can be challenging.
So students are experiencing a lot more in their lives than just the rigors of class.
They absolutely are. They have full lives outside of the classrooms. We have parenting students, students who are trying to work full-time or multiple jobs. So I see my role as the Dean of Students to help them navigate some of those barriers and challenges. And I work with amazing departments on campus, including the Lift Up Vikes Food Pantry and Resource Center, our Counseling Center, Health and Wellness Promotion, CARE, which offers individualized case management services, Office of Disability and Testing, campus engagement. We know that when students are involved on campus, they feel more committed, and that sense of belonging that is really important to us. So that's my role, just trying to help our students feel connected, safe, and have access to what they need to be successful students.
I want to take a second to talk about belonging. That word keeps coming up in folks we're talking to, and part of the series is about the Surgeon General's new health advisory that came out that really says that there's an epidemic underlying so many of the diseases we face. And it has to do with loneliness and disconnection. And, you know, we hear that it's highest. Some of the loneliest folks are young people. Do you see that?
We do, and I think some of that is still this recovery time from COVID.
Right.
We had students who were engaged in a lot of communities online, having previously been in person and having new ways to make connections. And while we know that there can be some meaningful connections in virtual spaces, it's harder, and there's a skill set, I think. So we have a lot of students who are coming to us still building those skills, or who are coming from remote education and are now in an in-person space trying to make those connections. We also know that students who are facing some of the challenges that we've talked about around food insecurity, housing insecurity, those kinds of things, are so focused on getting those needs met that some of the other community building pieces, interactive pieces, engagement pieces, they just don't have the capacity for. So we are certainly seeing that with our students and trying to find inroads for them to build relationships and find meaningful connections on campus.
And we're sitting here in the middle of the Student Support Center, but at the Love Pantry. So what does LOVE stand for?
I love the LOVE name.
Me
it's
too.
Lift Up Vikes.
Yes.
So Cleveland State are the Vikings.
Right.
So we work in the Pantry and Resource Center to lift up, to say we all have challenges and struggles. This is one resource for you to help address some of those challenges that you may be experiencing. So we want to lift each other up, support each other. So the acronym is LOVE, and it's just so perfect.
It is, and it's just a bright space right in the middle of student life. So we know statistically 60% of college students are food insecure. Is that what you see here?
Yes, I mean, we're serving upwards of 350 students a week.
Unbelievable.
And that's graduate, undergraduate, students who are parenting and with families. We also serve community members as well. We're open to the community. But of our students, we see this large and growing population. We've been in this space since 2020, and our numbers have steadily increased. Also potentially because we are intentionally in the middle of campus. We want students to see us and know that we're a resource for them. There's no stigma to needing resources and reaching out for help. So hopefully that also is bringing more folks to us because we're centrally located for them.
You're doing a lot to get rid of stigma, and I think we really want folks out there, especially students, to know that it is the norm,
Absolutely.
not unusual. You don't do a need-based. There aren't a lot of hoops.
Yeah.
So how does someone approach you for help?
Absolutely. We assume if folks are here that they need help and they need support. So we do intentional outreach. We have a program where students can indicate through admission through a Starfish program that they're interested in food resources. We also have individualized case management offered through CARE. And so students working with CARE will learn some of those things. And then again, just by being centrally located, by being at orientations and reaching out to parents and families, we really put ourselves out there just like the library or tutoring or the counseling center, that this is another resource for you. So if students are here, we know that they need us.
How often can students come?
They can come once a week, and they can shop, pick out the items that they would like to, but once a week, and we're open every week.
What kind of cost savings for a student might that be to get a bag of groceries here?
Absolutely. When we do some price comparisons from the items that we offer in the pantry to your typical grocery store, we figure that students are saving between $50 and $65 a week when they're getting their groceries from the pantry.
That's a huge, huge savings.
Absolutely.
And I know we're going to be touring it, that there is, it's a choice pantry, meaning that folks can shop at it.
Absolutely.
Just like going to the grocery store.
It is. They pick up their basket, they go around, they select their items. We have baby items too for some of our parenting students. And we also provide opportunity for students to share with us if they're wanting specific items for us to look for the pantry. We're a college campus, so we're trying to meet those needs and those demographics. So sometimes late night snacks are things that we're trying to get in, quick break foods and things like that. So we get their input as well when we're putting in our orders to supply the pantry.
That's great. And I know that you get food from a lot of places, the food bank. Tell us some of the ways you stock up.
Absolutely. Well, the Greater Cleveland Food Bank is by far the most amazing resource. We're a partner agency with them, so we do get deliveries from them every Tuesday and Thursday. So new fresh items are coming in every week, and week over week the items differ and our shelves look completely different. But we're also highly supported by the community. Faculty, staff, students are constantly giving us donations. We're partnering with different offices. We just recently did a Food for Fines program that the parking office arranged. So you could pay off your parking tickets with jars of peanut butter.
I love that. I read about that. So.
And our students love peanut butter. That is a staple item that they are always looking for. So we have different competitions. Some of our academic programs will do a spice competition because sometimes it's hard to get those items if you need salt and pepper and paprika and just things like that. So they do spice competitions, what different area can raise the most or donate the most spices. And so that's another way that we get donations in.
That's a great idea. And so the whole community of Cleveland State has sort of taken this on. Can folks at home watching this help in some way? How can we contribute?
I love that question because yes, we are donor driven. So folks at home can make donations to Lift Up Vikes. We have on our website links for some specific shopping items if folks are looking for more guidance in that regard. But also we take any new, unopened, still unexpired food items, shelf-stable things, canned goods. Fruits and vegetables we can take too. We just have to make sure we get those out to folks quickly. But yes, we are always in need of items.
Toothpaste and deodorant and hygiene products, those are needed as well.
They are. Thank you so much for asking. That's actually one of our highest needed items because they tend to be the most expensive things for us to purchase, even at a discount. So yes, toiletry items, toothbrushes, razors, shaving cream, hygiene products, things like that are highly sought after.
Great. And the website that folks can go to?
It's csuohio.edu/liftupvikes.
Lift Up Vikes.
Yes. Love.
Love our bikes. Do places like this exist in campuses? Is this something new?
I think Lift Up Vikes is a trend-setting pantry. There are a lot of colleges and universities really looking at food insecurity, and I think COVID highlighted an existing problem and maybe exacerbated it. So there are a lot of colleges and universities with on-campus pantries, and they may look different. There are some that folks will go and get pre-bagged items. There are some grab and go things, excuse me, grab and go pantries where you can just go and grab snacks or things like that. There are some that are just being started and just being funded. With ours being central to campus, being open as many days as it is, being a choice pantry, we have our partnership with the Greater Cleveland Food Bank. We also have a new partnership with Goods Bank, Northeast Ohio.
Okay.
So we have an account with them so we can take our students there to shop for items. It could be towels, pots, pans, kitchen things like that. Could be car seats, could be just whatever kinds of goods they have there. So we're really just trying to provide that wraparound opportunity. So that's something that I do think makes Love one of the unique pantries, because we're really trying to look holistically. We had conversations with students. We had a lot of canned goods, and we often get canned good donations. We had a student stop by and say, "These are great, but I don't have a can opener." We're like, "Well, right." Or, "I don't have a pot," or, "I don't have cups." So we really try to provide some of those items too, and those wraparound pieces.
Oh, that's wonderful. And my understanding is sometimes when you're trying to work jobs, go to college, doing all the right things, one bill can throw you off, one healthcare bill, one rent payment, a lot of car breaking down. So I heard about that you have an emergency fund, and really an incredible gift from the Fowler family. If you could share more about that.
Absolutely. Such a generous donation from the Fowler family. So we do have an emergency grant. It's called the Fowler Fund. Students are allowed to, are invited to apply for that. And it is for those emergencies that you can't plan for. So cars that need repair, child care, those emergency needs, technology, utilities, rent. We have students who are couch surfing, who don't have a stable place. For them to be able to focus on their academics when they're constantly thinking about a safe place for them to be is incredibly challenging. So the Fowler Fund is designed to address some of those needs. And we've had students use the Fowler Fund after a significant fire that they've experienced where they lost all of their items. We have students who are leaving violent situations and are starting over and looking for those resources too. So the Fowler Fund is just really an amazing opportunity for our students to apply to.
No, I just think that's incredible. I think many of us, I know you shared other faculty, love giving back to this so much because maybe they experienced this themselves. And this is the way we're pulling one another up.
Absolutely. We're lifting each other up.
Lifting up.
And I know earlier today we just received a phone call from Education and Urban Affairs that they had a donation for us to come pick up. So it really is faculty, staff, and students rallying around our students and this need and wanting Love to be successful. So it's really great to see, and one of my favorite parts of my job.
That's great. And I'd be remiss if I didn't point out this beautiful mural behind us. Is there a story?
It is. So working with the Fowler family, they are very connected to the art scene in Cleveland and very connected and interested in art. So when we were looking at this originally large blank wall, we were brainstorming with the Fowlers and we said, what about a mural? So we have a local Ohio artist who did this work for us, and we just love it. It's beautiful, and it's meant to be sort of what Love is meant to be for our students. From the time that you are here from admissions, as you progress and have all of your different experiences to graduation, we are here for you for the full time that you are here. So if you need us, we are here for the full tenure.
I think they're so lucky to have you as their dean, and I thank you so much. I'm just grateful to see people helping one another.
Absolutely. That's really what this is, and maybe that sounds cheesy or like a Hallmark thing, but Love only exists because the community wants us to. They support us. We are able to support our students because they care about the CSU experience. So it's, again, it just feels good to support each other because we've all needed it, whether it's food or tutoring or mental health or just someone to listen when you're having a bad day. We all need that support. So it's great to be really involved in providing that.
Thank you for all you do.
Oh, thank you.